Hi, welcome to another episode of Goodness with Dr. Manu. And today we're going to talk about feelings, emotions, those messy, uncomfortable, sometimes very comfortable and pleasurable energies inside ourselves that guide so much of our behavior and our experience of life. And I want to start by saying that we all experience all range of emotions, from sadness and anger and whatnot to joy and happiness and other kinds of pleasant feelings. And depending on our conditioning, we will tend to reject some and try to maximize others. Some of us may be more comfortable with certain emotions, with anger, for example, or with sadness. And some of us may reject the others. So part of our work is to learn to open up to the emotions that we're not so comfortable with and bring an attitude of openness and curiosity towards them so that we may understand them more, befriend them, because at the end of the day, it all boils down to befriending ourselves at the deepest possible way. So, and again, this is a part of today is a part of a three-part series that I'm doing on anxiety. And last week we focused on thoughts and how to work with all the different kinds of thinking patterns that we have. And today we're focusing on our feelings, on our heart. And often anxiety is a defense against feeling certain feelings. So we will experience this, so we'll find ourselves experiencing this sort of jittery anxiousness, uncomfortableness in our heart area. And it's sort of like it's this layer of energy and buzziness, and we can't quite go through it. And often what that is like a protection or like a defense against some kind of feeling that for some reason, we believe we cannot feel because of our early conditioning. So it's really important to, as we notice, we recognize that we're in that anxiousness, that we soften our gaze, become kind and open towards the experience. The key here in any time we're dealing with our internal states is to befriend them, is to be kind towards them. So we're experiencing this jitteriness, this anxiousness, and we breathe. Perhaps we take a couple of deep breaths. And then as we do that, that opens up a little bit of space so that it allows us to be with the anxiousness. Very uncomfortable sensations to be with. I believe me, I get it. I know. It's really uncomfortable. We don't want to feel them. We want to get away from them, numb ourselves out through escaping somehow, or we try to break through it. No, we have this harsh, almost violent attitude towards ourselves. So neither of those are going to help us here. We want to, if we're avoiding, we want to bring ourselves towards the feeling a little bit, towards the anxiety, a little bit gently and not too pushful. And if we're trying to break through, we want to back off and open up our gaze and bring in softness and kindness without losing touch with the uncomfortableness. And if we're patient and we stay with it and we resource, not as a way to get rid of the experience, but as a way to provide more capacity, and then the anxiousness may move, may open, and the feeling that we were avoiding may come through. So anyway, that is the anxiety when it's sort of like a defensive layer. Other instances in which anxiety shows up is more when we're confused, we're not clear. So it's slightly similar to it being a defensiveness, but it's more like, it's not quite like, it's more like we're not in touch. We don't know, we don't recognize our emotions. So we're feeling this kind of something there vaguely, but we can't quite put words into it, and it's very uncomfortable, the sensation. So anxiety is gonna be there because it's like we're in this unknown territory. And same attitude here is we want to be kind, we want to be open, we want to stay in contact with, and allow it to move through so that more will be revealed. Usually when we stay with our experience with that attitude of openness and curiosity, it opens up, it shifts, and something new comes through. So that's that. The other obvious part in which anxiety is related to emotions is fear itself. No, it's a fear is the feeling of anxiety. I mean, if you have anxiety, you're gonna have fear. There's no, and so, and same method, same attitude. Can we have enough support in ourselves to meet it? Can we meet it with kindness? Can we be curious about it and open towards it? And when we do that, when we're able to connect with that attitude and meet the fear with support, it moves, it softens, and we become more capable of meeting it. Perhaps the same fear before would show up and we would get terrified and petrified. With practice, the more we meet that energy and the more we touch it, then it's like, oh, here it is again. I know this fear. It's okay. It will pass. I recognize it. It's uncomfortable, but I'm kind towards myself. I'm open towards myself here, and it moves through. So anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and I invite you to subscribe to my channel. May we have juicy, luscious, open hearts, rounded, planted, solid bellies, clear, sharp, open minds. Thank you.